Your life, as it has been, is over.
Well, still on the road. I've decided to save money by walking to work.
Live long and prosper.
Isn't that just gorgeous? Beautiful. You get to see the scenery as you walk to work this way. And save money by not having to pay to go to the gym. Might give you a haircut before you make it to work. Passing the Ralphs. Everything seems to be fine so far. Haven't been hit by a truck yet. Wow, Ralph's gas is cheap. The Starbucks, I'm saved. Well, I made it. Whew. Finally got here. Elevator. Up the stairs. And here's the door. Of course, it's a silly little video that we just went through, but I just wanted to give you kind of an illustration of what can be done. So save as much as you can, as often as possible, by driving as little as possible. If you can avoid long trips, if you can take the bus, if you can ride a bike, if you really are close enough to walk to work, if you're in a safe area, of course. The means test is a legal fiction that causes a presumption of abuse if you go over the expenses that they allow. And if you go seriously over the expenses that they allow, there's a lot of money there, then they expect you to go and pay a Chapter 13 payment plan. What the means test does with your transportation expense is if you don't own a car, they'll give you $182 of transportation expense. And that's with no car at all. Basically that's to take public transportation, taking buses, taxis, being able to pay your friends to carpool, whatever, you know. You're allowed $290 on your means test per month as your operational expense for your vehicle if you only have one in Southern California, here in Riverside County. If you have two vehicles, they give you up to $590, which is, you know, great. All right, we need $590. That's going to cover gas, tune-ups, oil changes, maintenance, car insurance, and, you know, whatever else, tires. $590. That's about $300 a piece. So, you know, that's okay if you work in San Diego, if you work in Riverside City and you live in Temecula, you're probably going to be covered. But what if you work in Long Beach? What if you work in Irvine? What if you work in San Diego further south? What if you have to work on the weekends too? You go every day, 6 days a week. What if when you get there, your company sends you to several different places throughout the day away from a hub? I had a client that he passed the means test, even though his means test said that he had an $800 in available money to pay a Chapter 13 payment plan, because when he got to work, they sent him all over the place, all over Southern California. He'd show up in Orange County, they'd send him to LA, they'd send him to Long Beach, send him down to San Diego, send him back to Riverside, all over the place. His gas expense is $50 a day, 25 days a month, at least. He works some of the weekends, sometimes he works all the weekends. So even though he makes good money, and it looks like, based on the means test, based on $590 in gas, tune-ups, oil changes, car insurance per month, now when you look at his actual expense, 50 bucks a day, and that's a lot of driving. It came out to more than twice the 800 bucks that the means test said that he actually had, which meant that, you know, they don't force you to go and do a Chapter 13 bankruptcy when you can't afford to pay the payment plan. If it simply costs too much in your gas, they're not going to tell you to quit one of the jobs. Because if they do, suddenly you don't pass the means test anymore and you end up in the Chapter 7 anyway.